Fit Me. We should use that song though. We didn't use that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll use something, but I like it.
It's not drunk.
It's
not drunk.
How you mean it's not drunk? You have to be drunk to sing that song. I feel like hope.
For that reason alone, we will not use that song. Thanks for proving my point.
I'm just saying. What do? You just go, like, how do you sing that part?
Hook. That's all I do.
You don't do the, I feel like hook.
It's a little shake. I don't.
Hope doesn't just kind of, I'm hooking up.
No. No.
All right, good. I try to make my background look as normal as possible.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So these drinks are bad but effective. What's your face doing?
It can't be open.
Are my eyes open?
I can't be drunk already. That's dumb.
Yeah. You just start off.
How you can't see them?
You really can't see your eyes. And you just kind of. You look like you're mad at me.
No.
Did you go to school today? Oh, you're trying to be seductive? It's coming off very Bride of Frankenstein. I don't
That's the hair. That's the hair.
No, the face is like, don't mess with my husband or I'm gonna eat your head. We can't stop it.
Right.
Be a
Close
person.
as it is. I tried, guys.
No. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 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 Are you 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 ready?
Ready. Hey, soca lovers, it's SocaSaySo.
And DysChick.
And we're back. Episode 5 of season 6. And this season we're tackling the term. No, I can do it. I can do it. This season we're tackling the topic, the return. And this is the return of a drunk rant. I got it.
As if they couldn't tell by how you set it up that it's a drunk rant.
I wish I could have planned that, Flub. I couldn't.
It would have been so cool. But yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, we drink in. That's the whole point of a drunk rant. But we are going to touch on some topics. We are going to talk about some of the latest hot topics in our most unfiltered state. Unfiltered, drunk, whatever you want to call it. But we are talking about the Grammys. We are talking about the Black Lives Matter controversy. But first, we are talking about the official confirmation of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Oh, you gotta do cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
First Black woman on the Supreme Court. I mean, it only took us hundreds of years. Anyway, but I mean, she's an amazing, very qualified woman. We talked about her in the last episode. It was looking a little touch and go there. We weren't quite sure if she was going to be confirmed because, you know, they were pulling everything out to try to discredit her. But finally, the patience of Job, she made it through and she has been confirmed. As of when we are recording this on April 7th, she is officially confirmed.
Yes, and I just like to give a shout out to all my Black lady lawyers out there. Yes, girlfriend, we see you. Look at what you could do. Let's do this. To all those aspiring to be attorneys, look, there's a path laid for us now. We can
definitely
get wherever you want to get. And I love
right?
that. Love that. And you can do it with the hairstyle you want to do it in.
I was going to just say, because of course we have fabulous hair today. So, but yes, you can do it with whatever hairstyle you want to. But when you have the credentials, you can wear your hair however. I'm so excited for her. I am it's positive, it's great, it's wonderful. It's another woman on the bench. It's a Black woman on the bench. President Biden did what he set out to do, which is put a Black woman on the bench.
And intentionally so. And he said it out loud with his whole chest. Like, I'm feeling that. You know, at a certain point, you need to just be like, nah, I said I'm hiring Black people. Yeah, a Black woman is what I need. Like, honestly, in the job that I'm in right now, when I was being interviewed, the hiring person was like, listen, I'm gonna make this up. I want a Black woman in this role. And I have looked at many of them to find the right one, and you're the right one. I'm like, yay, I did it. I have credentials. Woo.
You're like, of course I am.
But you get it.
You, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Like, I feel like I always have to say her entire name. Yeah. It's not like if I say Ketanji, you're gonna be like, which Ketanji?
It's like, you don't refer to a justice like John. You're like say the full thing. Like you have to put some respect on her name.
Ooh, should we be calling her KBJ? Like we did with RBG?
We so should, but I can't wait to see if she takes a ruffle, not a ruffle, a collar. What is she?
Kente.
Oh, Kente. What is she? I'm sure
one of those necklaces that elongate your neck. Like, just go full tribal, girl. Have an entrance like Coming to America. Like, just do the whole damn thing. Drummers, everything. Do the whole damn thing. Just be like, I'm Black and I'm here. I'm blackity black, y'all.
God, that was so dope.
That's very dope.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
It's a big step for the whole country, right? There is something to be said for representation. And there's definitely something to be said for recognizing talent, recognizing hard work. And for many, many years, there have been many scholars, all the manys. There have been many scholars. There were many great attorneys who just were passed over because of the color of their skin. And I'm so happy. I mean, it's also quite annoying because when you see her credentials stacked up to everybody else on the bench, it's like, you really do have to do twice as much? Dang, like literally.
But she did it. She did the twice as much. She definitely did the twice as much. She did, and with grace. And so go ahead. Cheers to you, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, laying the foundation.
Now, please don't make us come on here a year later upset at how you just gave us all the okie doke, okay? Because we know all skin folk ain't kinfolk. But
don't Clarence Thomas the thing.
Just the man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for her. But speaking of Black foundations, so it's gone viral. So sane face. I'm going to be sane. So Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors, I think I'm saying her name right, has been slammed in the Post in New York Magazine for purchasing a $6 million house, allegedly with Black Lives Matter donation funds. I say allegedly because neither the Post nor the New York Magazine proved anything in their articles slamming this woman for the purchase. They were just like, look at this. See, this is why you can't give it to these organizations. Now, let me just clarify. Black Lives Matter is a movement. It is a social justice movement. It is making sure that Black lives matter, that we are treated fairly and equally, especially in the case of law enforcement or housing restrictions. Like we just want to make sure that you understand we here, we matter too. So let's not say Black Lives Matter is a scam, because it is not. It is a movement. Now there is Black Lives Matter, an organization, and they requested funds or solicited donations. They got donations. I think they got like $66 million. My issue, because I always have an issue, is that so many Black people glommed onto this story and was like, see, look at this. She purchased a $6 million home. Oh my God, scandal, blah, blah, blah. Many people didn't even read the article. But, so here's what my issue is. Yes, the house was purchased. No, they cannot prove that it was with Black Lives Matter donations and funds, but they have done this before. Black Lives Matter organization purchased a house in Sacramento that became like a one-stop shop for safe housing, for resourcing, for a bunch of things. And so Patrisse Cullors is saying, we're just doing the same thing with this house. I'm not here to dispute whether or not this is factual, because no one has offered up evidence to prove anything. In fact, fact checkers have said, like, well, we don't really have any data to support this. We can't even find purchase agreements. We can't find even her employment history. Like, there's a lot that they're like, we don't know if this is true. But leave it to the New York Post to just be like, yeah, headline. The New York Post, by the way, which is the same newspaper that published an article saying why more Black women should marry white men. But y'all go ahead, trust the Post. Journalism at its finest. I'm just saying.
I just feel like we have definitely said, even in this season, be mindful of where you're putting your money, because it's the return of caring and initiatives. But you know, some things haven't changed. There are scammers everywhere. Do your research, right? And then go with God, you know? I mean, like, and continue to do your research, right? Like, don't stop at one point. Like, all right, before I get this $5, I'm gonna spend like 5 hours on the internet, and then poof, go away and be mad when they get money. Like, the point was for them to get money, right? Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to Amanda Seals, wherever you is. I you know, I don't know the full answer, right? And you have not seen me post about it because I didn't do my research as yet, you know. And I always tell people, don't ever forget, a nonprofit organization does not mean that nobody gets a salary.
Right. Exactly. And actually, she didn't get a salary since 2019. That's why they can't find the employment records, because it's possible she wasn't even paid for the last 2 years. But even still, my concern is we're so quick to run with this. Like, we, Black people, so quick to run with this. And you don't understand, the more you post this, the more fodder you give for others to say, see, this is why we can't support these movements. They're scammers, they're this, they're that. Like, I've seen people, and Facebook and Twitter had to actually put warnings up because people will share links without ever reading the article. Twitter had at one point, I think 60% more shares than clicks, which means you're sharing it without reading it. Someone who, I won't name names because yeah, it's a friend to the podcast, but someone sent me a link with a very clickbait headline. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I click on it and it's like a pop-up of a monkey giving the finger. And I'm like, did you click on this link? No, why? This isn't even an article. Like, didn't even click the link to actually read it through and form your own opinions on anything. So many people are just quick to run with this story without doing any bit of research, which is why shouts to the fact checkers, yeah. And I'm not saying that it's not a scam because we don't know yet. But what I will say is, like, so many people were just quick to run with it.
And we don't be the first ones to run it down. We certainly do not. We could just sit and wait, We do not have to be the first ones to run it down. I mean, if you do want to know where your $5 went, you should do your research. But I'm saying you don't have to be the first one to bash. You don't have to be the first one to jump to a conclusion. And, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, look, I guess I shouldn't say names, but I give many nonprofit organizations a side eye, and there's proof for it. There's reasons why you should give them the side eye. Yes, because humans be humaning, and maybe way instead of furthering the cause once they see some dollar signs sometimes. But do your research. Make it be the return of an educated consumer, an educated you know. I don't know. It's a drunk rant. Don't ask me to use my You know what I'm saying, though.
Take your time. But you know what I think? I think the reason that people like to share these things is because they weren't supportive of the movement in the first place. Because so many people were like, why y'all protesting? That's not going to do anything. Why are you doing this? That's not going to do anything. There are a lot of people who don't want to change behavior. And so they are just happy to see that the little bit of work and effort you did, there's a problem with it. So they could be like, see, that's why I didn't do anything. That's why I didn't get the vaccine. That's why I ain't go and protest. That's why I didn't do it. That's why I sat on my chair judging you. I'm not a fan of those humans. Like, if you're going to say that this is not the way to spend the money, give me another option. Show you still support the movement of furthering the cause. But don't just be like, see, that's why y'all can't trust people. You ain't got no money to give anyway. You're just happy to have a reason not to give them money.
It's a shame all around. I hope it's not true that she's inappropriately using monies. And I just hope we don't have like a summer like we did 2 summers ago. Let's just have the return of the cool, chill, enjoyable summer.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Black Lives Matter movement was upped in the summer 2 years ago because Black people being killed in the streets by police officers. I don't gotta be sober to know that. I'm just saying, I just want there to be less of a reason for the Black Lives Matter movement to be in the streets. They need to be doing work all the time, but less of a reason to be in the streets protesting brutality against Black people. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is. What? It's a drunk rant.
It's a drunk rant. You still gotta say words. You're like, yeah, man.
Words.
Anyway, but speaking of a chill summer, so hopefully we will be returning to the streets this summer for enjoyment, for partying, for moving about. I mean, mandates are being tossed out the window, even as we're getting new variants, but whatever. But I wonder if we're going to hear more soca in these reggae parties now that they are Grammy award winners.
And the soca and the Grammys?
Oh, no.
No. I thought it hurt.
No.
Soja, I get it. Yes. Best reggae album.
I mean,
look, full of mainly white people, because there are 2. There's a Puerto Rican and a Venezuelan in the crew, but mainly white people from like the DC area won the best reggae album of the year of 2022. And, you know, the Caribbeans were up in arms. How could this happen? White faces on the reggae screen. That was the recap.
That was what you saw? That's what they said? Okay. Well, it's, yes, mainly because it's white faces, but also because we ain't hear about these people at all. Like, go to any reggae party and chances are you're not hearing this music. So it's sort of like, who heard them? to even nominate them.
It's like every year Morgan Heritage wins. Like, how many of y'all was really up on that with that album from Morgan Heritage though? How many of y'all? Yeah, don't you lie to me.
I mean, my thing is, you know me, the comments, right? In the comment section, they're stealing our culture, they're doing this, they're doing that. Spice was nominated, and first of all, owned the red carpet. Owned it. Owned the red carpet. Owned it with her boo, who was constantly having to fix that. Good God, that thing looked like we weighed 50 pounds, that cape. But she owned the runway. Etana was nominated, and Gramps Morgan was nominated. A bunch of people were nominated. But it's an odd thing to see, but it's also, if you are really mad, how did you influence this? Because I'm also hearing people being like, we need to get Soca to the Grammy. We got hurdles aplenty before we're gonna get Soca to the Grammys. But also, these things have to be, you have to submit an entry, it has to be voted on, it has to have a bunch of people listening to it, and they get a whole bunch of entries that they have to listen to and go through. And they're also counting your downloads, your sales, all that good stuff. So
all right, count us out. Never mind. I didn't mean to bother you, Grammys. Never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and mind my
they are also counting your metadata when you are putting it up on these streaming services. So if you have a soca song that is categorized as reggae or world, so there's that. But anyway, listen, I'm not here to say whether or not they deserve to win it, because to be honest, I didn't listen to it. I was going to do it for this Drunk Rant. Let me see if I like a tune or something. I couldn't do it to myself. So, but shouts to Spice and Etana and Gramps Morgan and all the other people who were nominated. Shouts to y'all. I loved seeing Spice on the carpet. There was already an article prior to the Grammys saying she already won. Like, because she did. 10 is a great album. If you haven't heard it, download it. Spice is super talented and is constantly dropping freestyles. Make sure y'all are following Spice Official, because she is constantly dropping freestyles.
I always tell everybody I have to thank this chick for putting me on to Spice. And it's not that I never heard her music, it's that I never put a name to the sound until you were like, yeah, Spice is it. You need to hear her. She's all about empowerment. She's all about good lyrics. She's all about making a whole vibe. I'm like, huh? What? Let me check this lady out. Yeah, she's a whole vibe. I purchased the album. So, you know, I mean, I am not in what is it? I'm not a Grammy member.
A voting member. You have to be a voting member.
I'm not a member. I'm not a voting member, but I did purchase and stream the album. So I did what little I could do. And, you know, it's just wonderful to see that somebody who's been working so hard at her craft, that she's really, you know, seeing the results of her hard work. You know, and I haven't heard Etana, and like, listen, I'm a soca girl, right? So like, I know reggae, but like I haven't heard anything from Etana in a while, so it was like cool to hear her name coming back, and like she's back in the game, and you know, Gramps Morgan, that's legendary. I don't know who else is in the category, because you know it's a Drunk Rant. Don't ask me to memorize stuff. Something wrong with you. But honestly, I mean, we always talk about this. I mean, even in our debate series, where we spoke about, you know, appropriation of, you know, Juve and or just carnival and aspects of carnival, you know, there's always a chance that your culture will be taken over by someone else, and not necessarily just white people, but you know, there's a lot of There's like full-blown Japanese reggae artists, like there's Japanese soca artists, like,
and they're good.
You know, and they make legit music and they like it and they want to partake, and that's what happens. You know, if you're so interested, you have to support who you want to see at the top of the charts. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, the support is such a thing. But yeah, I definitely felt good seeing Spice on the carpet. I haven't followed Spice for a minute. She had a song way back called Jockey. I used to watch it all the time. She and Pampute did a song, Slim Yo, Fluffy Yo. It was hilarious. The video is great. And then she murdered Lisa Hype at Sting. Like, she has just been so talented forever that I'm glad to see her getting her props and her recognition. Plus, she's like on Love and Hip Hop. Like, her career gonna be all right. Like, her career gonna be all right. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But if we really want to see anything go anywhere, we have to make sure we are supporting it. We had what was that? We had a time when I was talking to LL Cool Blaze about the artist checklist. So that's in one of our series, either New Year, New Moves, something like that, whatever. Go back and look for us. Look up LL Cool Blaze on the Rant and Rave podcast, you'll find it. But he was talking about like all the different permissions and how to cover yourself so that things don't get stolen from you. If you're so concerned, make sure you're protecting yourself so things don't get stolen from you. But either way, it was just good to see them on the red carpet. So to me, Jamaica still won. And we're not gonna remember this. Like, how many times we've been like, I'm not gonna listen to that because it's not Grammy Award nominated, or how many times have you been watching the Oscars and been like, that's a movie?
Exactly. Never heard of it. And you move on.
I mean, it definitely does things for people's careers, but being nominated is an achievement, and I'm okay with that. Next year, we just do it bigger and better, y'all. Stream more, buy more, make it a movement. Do it for every genre you want to see categorized and pushed like a force, move like a unit. Let's get these things actually with these awards, but also don't make music just to cover the awards. That's all of that. Do all of that. Support it, make good music, properly tag it, make sure people are streaming and buying it, so on and so forth.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. Grammy, we coming. I know I had to make another one while we were on this because you can't run out. You can't run out.
I ran out. And not enough.
I feel sad.
Maybe it's too much. I don't know.
I feel sad for you. You need more drinks.
I think I should just take a break right now. Maybe this is the proper limit. Maybe this is the proper limit. But I think
did you just drink it too fast?
I don't know. Is there too fast for alcohol? Oh,
do you need water instead?
Can I say my stuff? Can I rave?
No, go in your bed. Of course you can rave. What are we doing?
Drunk Rant, I'm a rave. All right. This is a song that I never, ever feel comfortable saying the name of by Blaxx. We'll talk later.
Show me what you got and give me that.
No, don't bring water. Bring more of the good stuff.
That's why you're drinking so fast. You were Tusty.
Yeah, so the song's called Tusty. And as a person born in America, raised in America, I just feel so weird saying the name of that song. Tusty? Like it's
What would you say? Thirsty?
thirsty. And then when you sing it, you say Tusty. Like, don't make me say Tusty. So weird. But anyway, so I chose this song because this week Blaxx was laid to rest. And in Trinidad, not only did they have the funeral that was attended by many celebrities, many politicians, some of your favorite soca artists, but it filled into the streets of Trinidad, and people were out on the streets dancing to Blaxx's music. And so the legend lives on. He lives on through his music. And I'll tell you, when Tusty came out, that was like the height of my partying days. That was like when every Friday, Saturday, I knew where I was going to be. And I was going to be there until the sun came up, leaving the place sweating, drenched, and just loving and enjoying life. So there's fond memories of that song for me in my partying, free up days. And I mean, I still party now, but these knees can't do what they used to. I just gotta keep it real. But, just to everyone who is touched by Blaxx, his music, his presence, I'm giving you air hugs.
Aww. You gotta love it. All of his music definitely got me hyped for Carnival every time. I mean, everything is a bop. Everything is good. Like, I haven't heard a song from Blaxx, so I'm like, no. Come again, Blaxx. Everything was just like joyful, upbeat. I mean, he had some slower songs, but just the energy and his voice, his vocals, nobody can replicate that. That's amazing. And I'm excited. I was excited to see how much love he got while he was here, because that's important. But then also when he passed and people were like, yo, this music still, as much as people say soca seasonal, you only want to hear that every now and then, I'm always in the mood for Blaxx. It's on my workout playlist. There's like at least 6 songs from Blaxx on my workout playlist. Wow. I actually, the first time I fell off the treadmill was because of Blaxx. It was Tanti Woy, and I did that.
Should we ask her how many times she's fallen off of the treadmill?
No, don't ask me. I'm sure there are some I can't remember. I
would love to hear from people. What is a song that brings you back to like the greatest fet or your greatest fetting era in your life? What's the song, or is there an artist that just brings back memories for you of, oh my gosh, I remember when I used to go to parties all the time, or I remember that one amazing boat ride. What is that song or artist? Let us know. Leave a comment.
I want to answer though.
Oh, go.
I have one. Call on me.
Deanna?
Accident will always bring me back to Wasafet in Trinidad in 2001, because I, like a moron, wore jewelry to this fet. I had this necklace that I bought in Puerto Rico. It was the only thing I bought in Puerto Rico. And I was like, I'm going to wear it because I'm going to look cute. Accident came on, and there goes the necklace. Also, there goes my balance and like 4 people on top of me, but still.
I'm dangerous.
It was, but it was so much fun. And people were like, you shouldn't, there are certain fetes in Trinidad at that time that they were like, tourists shouldn't go to. And I'm like, well, then that's definitely the ones I want to go to. Take me to a fire, a licensing, a wassa, take me to all the fetes that I shouldn't go to. And I had a great time, but yeah, I lost my necklace. So every time I hear accident, I immediately, like, out of reflex, just check myself. Like,
Good memory.
I mean, it was a good experience and I'm traumatized. That's what a fete can do for you.
I just
What?
want good memories. That's it.
But it would be good to hear what other people think of this. Guys, make sure, thank you first of all for tuning into our Drunk Rant and putting up with us as we try to figure out the English language. But make sure you're following us. Follow SocaSaySo on all social media or go to SocaSaySo.com. Follow DysChick on all social media or go to DysChick.com.
Okay, so follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and go to YouTube, follow us there, like our videos, subscribe, and so you get that ding-a-ling, get the notification because we're doing the things, and go to our website, bkrantandrave.com.
You're a moron.
I spiced it up.
I appreciate it. Spice it up, pun intended. That's what's up. It comes back around, folks.
Nice. She's having her drink. I need to go fill up mine. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Okay, bye.